Okay, today is December 20th, 2011. We're on the last lesson. We're working on reducing interests on a mortgage. Okay? So, the mortgage we're going to work with, our first example is $340,000. The interest on this fixed mortgage is 3.09%, and it is compounded semi-annually. What we're going to do is we're going to fill out this chart with these requirements. The first amortization period is over the course of 25 years. We're going to figure out what the number of payments are. Okay? We're going to figure out what the monthly payments are. We're going to figure out the total interest and the interests. So, like I said, we're going to be finding out the differences in interest paid over certain times of a mortgage. So, first one we're going to work with is 25 years. And the first example, I have an M on the side. I want you guys to realize that means monthly payments. I've also tried to squeeze in the initials BW. Those are for biweekly payments. We're going to calculate a 25-year mortgage and what the difference is with biweekly payments and monthly payments. Okay? We're going to try to see what the interest difference is and how much interest is saved in terms of the difference. The next one we'll do 25 years, then we'll do 15 years for both, 20 years for both. Oh, I did put too many. 30 years. And what else? What other year would you guys like to figure it out? 45. Really? That's a really long time to be paying money to someone. Want to go for a 10-year mortgage? We already have 15. 12. 10. Let's do 10. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to be figuring out the number of payments, what the monthly payments are, our total interest, and our interest saved. For a 25-year mortgage, that's paid monthly, and then for the same type of mortgage, paid bi-weekly. Then we'll change the years 15, 20, 30, and 10. I'm going to go through the 25, and I'm going to give you guys some time to go through the other ones, and we'll take them up. Okay? So on our next page, we're going to start doing some. Okay, so we have our $340,000 mortgage. It's being compounded semi-annually, and the interest rate is 3.09. Okay, so we have our numbers and our variables to plug in. Our N, which we remember from over here, is going to be the years on our mortgage times the compounding periods. Okay? Now, that's our payments. We're talking about PY in terms of our compounding periods. Now, we're paying in our first example monthly. So monthly means we're paying 12 times a year. Okay? That's a monthly PY. If I'm doing bi-weekly, how many times a year am I making payments on my mortgage? Bi-weekly. So that's every 2 weeks. 26. It's half of all the weeks in a year. So we take 52 and divide by 2. We're making 26 payments a year. So the first one we're going to go with monthly, 12 payments a year. So in your calculator, you can put down 25 years multiplied by the 12 payments a year. Your calculator will figure it out. I think it's 300. Okay, so your calculator will calculate it. It is 300. Our interest rate is 3.09%. I've taken out a mortgage, so am I dealing with present value or future value? I'm dealing with the present value. I have that money right now, so I have $340,000 in our PV here. Okay, we're going to need to solve for our monthly payments. So we're going to have our cursor there at the end. We're doing monthly payments right now. So how many payments a year do I have? Doing monthly. So I have 12. And the compound period is twice a year. Okay? We also need to make sure We're making these payments at the end, so this is what needs to be highlighted. And when we go to plug it in our calculator, our cursor needs to be on PMT in order to solve the monthly payments. Okay? So when you put this all into your calculator, with 300 payments, 0.039, present value 340000. We're going to hit alpha enter. What did you guys get as monthly payments? It's a negative number and it says $1,624.77. Okay, so that was for monthly. We're going to do the same thing with bi-weekly. So all we're going to do is change our number of payments a year. I'm going to put up another chart. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to do bi-weekly payments. We're still paying over the course of 25 years. But with bi-weekly payments, how many payments do I make a year? 26. So we're now making 26 payments a year, which means our total payments are 650 payments. Okay? Our interest rate stays the exact same, 3.09%. We still have a $340,000 mortgage. We're going to solve for the monthly payments. Also, our future value needs to be 0 in both these cases. Payments a year. We're talking about 26 payments a year. And our compounding period is still twice a year. It's semi-annually. We still need to highlight the end. We're making these at the end of the month. So, bring your cursor up to PMT. And on your calculator, you're going to hit, it's a green button. It'll say alpha, A-L-P-H-A. You're going to hit that button first. And then usually a blue button that says enter. In order to find your PMT. So with the new changes, we are paying how much each, every 2 months, how much are we paying? 700. You guys got 49? Oh. Okay. Yeah, $749.38. Okay? So, we figured out the number of payments and the monthly payments, okay? Our number of payments for our second one is 650, 300 in the first. The amount of our payment. Now, we're talking about monthly payments. So usually when you organize, even when you do bi-weekly payments, you try to figure out how much you're paying a month. So that amount in red right now, 749, is the amount we're paying bi-weekly. Assuming there's, on average, 4 weeks in a month, what do I need to multiply this by to figure out my monthly payments? 2, okay? If there's 4 weeks in a month, and we're making payments every 2 weeks, that means I'm making 2 payments every month. So I multiply this number by 2. So we get 749.38 times 2. I'm paying, this says, $1,498.76 a month. So, I want you guys to compare these two. If you look, our monthly payments, when I make monthly payments, I pay $1,624 a month. If I decide to make bi-weekly payments, I'm only paying $1,498. I'm saving over $100 a month. Okay? We're gonna figure out the exact total amount we're gonna save over the course of this mortgage. That's a lot of money. If I can save properly and I can make payments every 2 weeks, over the end of this mortgage, I'm gonna save a lot of money on interest. So this is a good idea if you ever get a chance to pay something off bi-weekly. I don't think they give weekly options. Yes, especially if you get paid bi-weekly. So we go back to our original page. and we start filling this out. For a 25-year mortgage paid monthly, our total number of payments was 300, we figured out. Our monthly payments were 1,600. What was the rest? Anyone taking notes? Let's go back and look. 24.77. Okay. 24.77. Total interest paid. Well, we're going to have to figure that out. And the interest saved, we're going to compare everything essentially to that. For our biweekly payments, our total number of payments was 650. Okay. Our payments per month. So this is per month, okay? Not per term. We're talking about per month, which is the second number we calculated. 1,498.76. So we're paying 1,498. Oh, no, comma's in a funny place. What was the cents? 76, was it? Okay. So we now have to figure out our total interest and then the interest saved. So we're going to talk about biweekly payments compared to monthly payments right now. We're going to use our 25-year mortgage monthly payments as our standard. And we're going to compare saving interest to that amount. Okay? So we go back to our other page. In order to figure out how much money I've paid over the life of this loan, or this mortgage, I take my monthly payments and I multiply it by the amount of payments I make. This will tell me how much money I've spent over the entire course of this mortgage. So we're going to go down to the bottom. For our first set, when we were doing monthly payments, we made 300 payments, and we were paying 1,600. How to write these down? 24.77. When I was doing biweekly payments, I made 650 payments. Okay? Now this 650 was at this amount. It wasn't at our monthly amount. That's why we're making so many more payments, because we're doing it twice a month. Okay? So that means now we are paying $749.38. This will tell us exactly how much money we spent over this entire mortgage. So our monthly payments, we have 300 times 1,624.77. We end up paying $487,000, dollars. I shouldn't have said dollars. For biweekly payments, 650 times $749.38. We end up spending $487,097 over the course of a 24-year mortgage. Okay, so if you guys notice, remember when we figured out our average monthly payment bi-weekly, we said it was only $1,798, right? But the problem is that's an average monthly payment. If we're paying every 2 weeks, some of the months, in fact 2 of the months out of the year, we're going to make 3 payments. Okay, so if you look at the total amount paid, you know what we can do is we actually figure out yearly the difference. Yearly will be a much better way of figuring out what the difference is in these 2 mortgages, whether I'm paying bi-weekly or I'm paying monthly. So over the course of the mortgage, I only saved about $300 odd going bi-weekly. Now, if I was only making twice the amount of payments as monthly, I would only make 600 payments. But because it's bi-weekly, every year I make an extra 2 payments, which works out to a total of 50 more payments. So let's figure out per year. I'm going to do it quickly here. Per year, how much I spend on the mortgage. If my monthly payments for the mortgage are $1,624.77, I multiply that by the 12 times I make payments a year. I yearly spend 1,000 times 12, $19,000. So $19,497.24. Okay. Now our biweekly, we're spending $749.38, but we're making 26 payments a year. Remember, 26 payments is more than double 12. Twice a year, I make 3 payments in a month. That month might be tough for me, okay, because I'm spending a little more. We multiply this number, $749.38 times the 26 payments. So this is comparison of yearly. We end up with $19,483.88. That is a difference of about $14. I save $14 a year making my bi-weekly payments. So, if bi-weekly payments work for you because you get paid bi-weekly and you can get it taken directly out of your paycheck, that might be great. Especially if you're someone who has trouble saving money till the end of the month. That's why bi-weekly payments a lot of the time make sense. If you feel like it would put too much strain on you, okay, you got to relate this to your life. If it puts too much strain on you on those 2 months a year where you have to make 3 payments, then maybe if you're able to save, a monthly mortgage might make more sense. Now, if you really want to get down to it, you will save money with your bi-weekly mortgage, but in the end, it doesn't end up being a rather large amount compared to how much we're paying in general. So we're going to figure out exactly how much interest I was charged. Remember, this was a $340,000 mortgage. So, we paid $487,431 over the course of this mortgage. The principal that I borrowed was $340,000. So I need to figure out how much I paid in interest. I need to subtract these two amounts. I subtract $340,000 from $487,431, and I have paid in interest. So the bank has made this much money off of me.